Hey guys, welcome back to Easy Coding. From the past few sessions, we were discussing about abstraction, interface, object-oriented concept, etc. So in this session, we are going to discuss about one of the main pillar of object-oriented programming, that is inheritance. So let's see how we are going to implement inheritance in our automation framework and what is inheritance. So let's get started. So these are the points which we are going to discuss today. So first we will see what is inheritance. Then we will move on to why we use inheritance in Java. Then what are the different types of inheritance available in Java and why multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. We will see the reason for why multiple inheritance not supported and where you have used inheritance in Selenium framework. That is a major concept, right? So we'll discuss that in the last scenario because we'll go through what is inheritance, all those concepts in the first session. Before moving on to the inheritance concept, I want to tell you something that is related to interview questions. I had a client interview yesterday and it's got selected, and the questions from thread concept. So what is thread, multi-threading, synchronization, and it started with the difference between hash map and hash table. That is frequently asked question, right? So but moving on to the in-depth details of that is thread, multi-threading, and how it is used in our framework. So you have to, if you are going for an interview, you should be familiar with that concept as well, because I'll be preparing one video, separate video for all the interview questions. But if you are going before that, I mean if you have any interviews before that, I'm giving a heads up to prepare from that side as well. So let us move on to the inheritance concept. So inheritance is the mechanism in Java by which one class is allowed to inherit the features of another class. That is, if I have a class named as A. So in class A, I have two methods, that is run and walk. Along with that, I have one variable as well. So I am declaring another class B. So I need all the variables and methods from the class A to my class B. So what I can do, that is known as inheritance. Inheriting all the properties, that is methods and variable from class A to class B, that I can achieve by using the inheritance property. So in simple way, or I mean in the real life scenario, we can say that a parent and child. A child will be having all the properties of parent, right? And child will be having its individual properties other than the parent. So it will have its own properties as well as the inherited properties from the parent as well. So that is known as inheritance. And the class A, that is the parent class, right? That is called parent class or superclass. And the class B, that is class B is inheriting parent, right? So that is child class or subclass. So let's move on to the next point, that is inheritance is accomplished by the word extends. We have to use extends keyword. Suppose example, class A extends class B. If we have a class B, that is a parent class, so we will write class A extends class B. Okay, when you inherit from an existing class, you can reuse the methods and fields of the parent class. Moreover, you can add new methods and fields in your current class also. Yeah, we will get all the methods and properties from the parent class, and we can add our own properties. That's what I said. If a child inheriting from the parent, so child will get all the properties of parent, and child will have its own properties, right? That's the same concept. Why use inheritance in Java? For method overriding. So method overriding means that is a runtime polymorphism. We haven't discussed it, so in the next sessions I'll discuss it on detail. So as of now, let's leave it because it comes under polymorphism. So we'll discuss overriding and overloading together in the next coming video. And for code reusability, yeah, if some method in the parent class, right, so we can easily extend those methods into, I mean inherit those methods into our child class. So that's a reduction of code, right? Code, we are reusing the code which is written in the parent class to child class. The next one is subclass or child class. Yeah, we have discussed subclass or child class means if we have class A and class B is inheriting class A, then the B is the subclass, that is child class. Okay, subclass is a class which inherits the other class. It is also called derived class, extended class or child class. So you have to note all these names, derived class, extended class or child class. And the next one is superclass or parent class. Superclass is the class from where a subclass inherits the features. It's also called a base class or a parent class. Okay, it's also called a base class or a parent class. Reusability. As the name specifies, reusability is a mechanism which facilitates you to reuse the fields and methods of the existing class when you create a new class. You can use the same fields and methods already defined in the previous class. Yeah, we are getting the properties from the parent class. We can reuse that, redefine the existing functionalities present in the parent class in our child class. So that is some concept related to overriding. We will discuss that later. And this is one example: class subclass name extends superclass. This is if a subclass is our A, then class A extends superclass name class B. So this is the keyword what we are doing, extends, and we can give all the methods and variables here. So the extends keyword indicate that you are making a new class that derives from an existing class. Yes, the extend keyword indicate that we are deriving a class from the superclass. And these are the different types of inheritance available in Java. So that first one is single inheritance. Yeah, single inheritance. This is the example. Class subclass name extends superclass. This is single inheritance because we are extending only one superclass, right? Second one is the multi-level inheritance. That is, if we have class A and it have its own variables and properties, the methods and variables, so it will be inherited to the class B. So class B will inherit all the properties of class A. So class B have its own properties and the class A's properties. That is, its parent class properties. So what class C is doing, class C will inherit the class B. So what is class C getting? That is class B's properties and the class A properties. It's a multi-level inheritance, right? The next one is the hierarchical inheritance. That is, we have class B and class C. Both are inheriting the same class, class A. It's possible in Java. So single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance. What is not possible is multiple inheritance. We will see in the coming points. On the basis of class, there can be three types of inheritance in Java. That is single, multi-level, and hierarchical. In Java programming, multiple and hybrid inheritance is supported through interface only. So we have already discussed those concepts in detail in the interface session. If you are not familiar with the interface concept and how it is achieving multiple inheritance, you can watch my previous video. We will move on to the next session, that is multiple and hybrid inheritance. So what is multiple inheritance? Here you can see three classes: class A, class B, and class C. So that is, class C is inheriting both the properties, that is from class A and class B. So that is not possible in Java. That is, class C is inheriting both the properties and properties from class A and class B. So inheriting two classes to a child class is not possible in Java. That is called multiple inheritance. That is not supported in Java. And the next one is a hybrid inheritance. The same scenario as well. So here class D is inheriting both the properties from class B and class C. So it is not possible to do hybrid inheritance. But it is supported in the interface. You can watch the previous video. So we will see one example, that is, we have a class called animal and we have one method called eat, and we have another class called dog and it's extending animal because dog comes under animal, right? So it is extending animal. So what we will get, eat method will be inside of the, eat method will be inherited into the dog because it's present in the animal class, right? So we will get eat method along with the animal class. So here we have bark. It is specific to dog. It is not related to animal. It is specific to dog, that is bark. So what is meaning here? You can add, inherit parent properties and you can add your own features. That is, the dog is inheriting animal and it's a property eat, and it's adding its own property, that is bark. And another class is class cat extends animal. That also comes under animal, right? So you will get the eat method, and here it's declaring one method that is specific to cat. So this is specific to cat. So what we can do, we can inherit the parent class methods and we can add our own methods. That is the example. And here we have to do we are creating one object for the cat class, that is cat C is equal to new cat. So what is the method specific to that cat? We are calling that c.meow, and we have another one c.eat because it's already present, right? Cat is inheriting all the properties of animal, so we will get the method which is present in the animal class, that is eat, right? The next one is c.bark. Is it possible? Right, it's not possible. Why? Because here you can see bark is specified to dog, not specific to cat, because cat have its own property, that's meow, and it's not part of the dog. So bark is specific to dog and dog cannot access the cat property and cat cannot access the dog's property. It's the both method, dog and cat can access the eat property, and the animal class also cannot access the bark method because it's specific to its a child class, right? Only child can access parent class properties. So this will throw an error. So c dot bark is not possible. And we'll see why multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. To reduce the complexity and simplify the language, multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. So we'll see the example. Consider class animal is having one method void eat, and the class dog is also having the method. So we are extending both the classes in the cat. So while calling the method, parent class method, which parent class method will call? Because both the animal class and dog class having the same method, right? Both are having the eat method. So which method will call? So there is an issue of ambiguity or the duplicate issue. The compiler cannot identify which method to call. I mean, there are two parent class, right? So which parent class eat method to call? The compiler will be confused. So that's why they are Java is not supporting multiple inheritance. And if the names are also different, then also it will not support. So basically multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. If the name is same or not, multiple inheritance is not supported. So we'll here see, consider a scenario where A, B, C and are three classes. C class inherit A and B classes. If A and B classes have the same method and you call it from child class object, there will be ambiguity to call the method of A or B. We have already discussed the same point. Since compile time errors are better than runtime errors, Java renders compile time error if you inherit two classes. So whether you have the same method or different, there will be compile time error. So this is the example which we discussed. The class A is having void message one method, and class B is having the same method message, and class C is extending A and B. So what is C is getting? So C is getting the one method from method called message from A and one method from class B as message. So when at the time of object creation, it's creating C for the object corresponding to the class C, and while calling obj.m message, so it's a confused which method, which parent class method to call. Now which message method would be invoked? That's why the multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. The next one is the final keyword. You can expect one definite question from the final keyword. It's a most frequently asked interview question. If you try to access a final class, Java will generate an error. So here you can see class vehicle is mentioned as final. So class car extends the vehicle. So is it possible? So it's not possible, because a class which is declared as final cannot be extended. That is, cannot be inherited. We cannot inherit a class which is mentioned as final. That is the use of final keyword. And we have final variable, final method as well. Final method cannot be overridden, and a final variable cannot be changed. So we will discuss all these concepts in the interview question session. So this is the concept of final keyword. That is, if a class is declared as final, we cannot inherit or extend that class. Where we can apply inheritance in our automation framework. This is a main interview questions for Selenium testers. So we will look into that. So consider an example of our framework. We will have one utility or a helper class in our framework. So what it is doing, I mean storing all the common functions. That is, we will have some data Excel reading method, and we will have one wait method. All the methods are stored in the utility class. So how we can use in our use that methods in other classes. So that is, we are using the extends functionality. We are inheriting that utilities class to some other class in order to use that wait as well as the Excel reader. So that is an example of inheritance in our automation framework. And the next example is we will have one base class in the automation framework, right? And we will declare our WebDriver and browser related informations in that base class. So what we can do is we can inherit that base class. That is, WebDriver is declared only once and it is globally using to other classes. So we can declare WebDriver in our base class, and we can inherit that WebDriver. That is, we can extend that WebDriver to our test class or utility class. So we will see the practical example from our automation framework. So let us see the example, practical example from our automation framework. So I have already created one base class in order to save time. So here you can see public class, base class I have created. So what we will do, we will declare our global, we will declare our WebDriver here. So all the classes can access this WebDriver. So I'll declare public WebDriver driver. So it's declared here, and we'll see what the error. Let me check. Yeah, it's a import. So I have imported. So we have created a separate class, base class, for the WebDriver, and the WebDriver is declared as public. So what we are going to do is we are going to replace the WebDriver which is declared in the page class or in the test method by using the corresponding WebDriver. Here I have already created a class that is login test. Consider this as our test class. So we will create one test method here, that is like void test. So consider we have to launch some URL here. So what we can do, driver dot get. So it's showing some error, right? That's a driver cannot be resolved. Yeah, because the driver is not declared here, right? So it will show error. So what we can do, here we have base class, right? So we'll extend this base class to our login test class. So here we can write extends base class and get of some value. Yeah, it's right. So here you can see there is no errors in the driver. So we have successfully inherited the base class to our class login test. In this way you can use the driver, that is reuse the existing driver which is declared in the base class to other classes. So you can use the same property, extends, in order to use the driver object. So I'll show you the other example. This is our previous example, that is we have used some getter and setter method for encapsulation. So here we have declared one private WebDriver driver. So what I'll do, I'll comment this one. One second. Okay, I'll comment this one. Here you can see the error. So what we can do, here also I'll write extends our base class. So base class. Now you can see there is no errors for the driver. So in this way we can explain in your automation interviews. So we have used in base class and in the utilities class. These are the two examples of inheritance. In the coming video we will discuss about the polymorphism concept that involves the overloading concept. We will discuss that in the next sessions. So we have discussed all the points about inheritance, and if you have any queries, please comment in the comment section. And one more thing, if you have attended any interviews in the last few days, you can comment those questions in the comment section, because the people can prepare from that as well. And I'll be preparing separate video for that. Thank you for watching. See you in the next session. Bye bye.